Welcome to D&T Podcast. This is a fantasy football special. We're going to give you our sleepers and FanDuel. We're going to do our picks. So, at first, we're going to go quarterback-wise. Trevor, who do you have in quarterback?
For FanDuel on quarterback, my first pick for sleepers in the mid to low tier would be Alex Smith for Washington. He's playing against the Colts, a really weak Colts defense that even Andy Dalton and the Bengals put up decent points up against him last week. So, and Alex Smith, like we said last week, he plays well early in the season, and he can make plays with his legs too. So you got that going for you in FanDuel. That helps, and all DFS really. And Alex Smith would be my number one option in the mid to low tier this week.
I mean, one of my options I have is Philip Rivers. He's going up against the Buffalo defense, who isn't really, I don't consider elite anymore. He's going up against a rookie QB. He's probably going to turn the ball over and might give him some good field position. Mm-hmm. He just threw for. Who did he play last week? Oh, the Chiefs. He carved up the Chiefs. He had one of the best points in the week. So I expect him to do the same. And for 7,400, I think you'll get good value from that. Even if he plays his worst, I think you'll still cover that value. So I like the upside on Philip Rivers to get you a big game.
The only thing I don't like about Philip Rivers picking him this week is same thing as last week, even with Joe Flacco. They sat him, and they sat their starters in the fourth quarter. Now, I know it's at Buffalo this week, but
he's somewhat closer. But
I mean, you think? But the Chargers are better than the Ravens at the same time, though. So you kind of have to think about that. If it stays close, then yeah, take Philip Rivers. That's not a bad pick. But if the Chargers just get out to like 28-0, they might be running the ball a lot or just taking their starters out if it becomes like how it was with Baltimore and Buffalo last week.
I mean, you could say that, but he's still going to probably put up points
even
if he
to get to that high score. Yeah, okay.
I mean, he put up 30 points last week. I mean, there's not too many. I mean, I think he was one of the highest, if not the highest. I'm looking at it right now. I think he was the highest. Oh, Drew Brees beat him out.
Okay.
So, I mean, Drew Brees beat you out. You can't beat that value for 7,400. No. I expect.
Yeah, that's a good price.
A repeat performance.
Yeah.
So who's your next one?
Okay. The other quarterback I like this week is Jimmy G versus the Lions defense. We've seen what a rookie in his first career start did last week to the Lions, and it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty for the Lions, but for Sam Darnold, it looked really good. So I'm taking Jimmy G this week. He had a bad game last week against the top two defense in the Vikings, and now you're playing probably one of the bottom 5 defenses this week at home in San Francisco, and I think Jimmy G could bust out this week. I think he'll have a good game.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy G is very interesting. It's kind of a risky pick. I mean, because even last year he didn't put up big numbers in his wins, so. For his FanDuel, I've really never seen him break out in FanDuel.
No, he'll be low. He'll probably be, well. I would say he might be low owned, so that could be a play that you're going after there. He'll be lower owned than probably Alex Smith and Philip Rivers definitely. So if you want to play for tournaments, you could play Jimmy G for tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see a low ceiling on Jimmy G. I mean, he's probably not going to play bad, but I don't see him putting 4 touchdowns up either though.
Okay.
So, my next one is Jared Goff. Now he's going up against the Arizona team that it's at LA. So, I mean, I think he's going to have a really big game. I mean, they might bench some of the players later on, obviously, but I think he's going to be in line for a 3 touchdown game if Gurley doesn't get it. I mean, if Gurley gets it, then maybe not. But so it's kind of risky saying that a little bit with Gurley. But I like the matchup.
The the over-under for that game is 44.5. So, I mean, it'll be a decently scoring game.
The over. Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be definitely decent scoring game. So, I mean, and I don't see the Cards scoring 21 points either. So, a lot of that is probably going to be lopsided to the Rams, scoring-wise.
Yeah. I mean, if Gurley doesn't get his, if he just gets a touchdown too, I kind of like Jared Goff to get at least 3 touchdowns in that matchup.
Okay.
And for 7,400, again, you're not really overpaying. Even if he only puts up like 1 or 2 touchdowns and a good bit of yards, you'll still get the value. It's not like you won't get the value. So
yeah,
I kind of like Jared Goff.
Yeah, Jared Goff's a decent pick, especially for that like a mid-tier type pick for 70. What did you say, 74?
7,400 again.
Okay,
Same as Phil Rivers.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
I mean,
My last quarterback here he's more low tier still this week is Sam Darnold versus the Dolphins. I just liked what I seen from him last week and just keep riding that train. I mean, he threw for less than 200 yards, I believe it was, last week against Detroit, but he still had 2 touchdowns, and I think he scored close. He was like 14 or 15 points on FanDuel last week, and you'll take that for 6,600. I think he is still this week, 66 or 6,800. So
yeah, he's really low.
Yeah, if you want to take a flyer, like
66.
Yeah, if you want to take a flyer on that to get up higher receivers or running backs, I'd be all right with that, especially in tournaments.
I mean, it's a little risky. He only put up 15 points last week. I mean,
But they ran the ball a lot the second half, too. It's not like it was a close game and they were putting it in his hands.
Yeah.
So.
And well, I mean, I'll throw in Patrick Mahomes in this conversation. I mean, he's going up against the Steelers defense. It's at Pittsburgh.
I do like Mahomes.
So it's at Pittsburgh though. I see him kind of in the same boat. I think it's a little risky because Steelers might be able to make some plays, but hell, if Ben's still turning the ball over, that gives you some field position, and you might be able to some cash in with some touchdowns.
This is the highest scoring game from Vegas, but total wise, 53.5.
Yeah. So
I mean, you do want players from the highest scoring game, obviously. So I can see Mahomes slicing up Steelers.
Yeah, and then of course, I mean, Drew Brees is the better option, but it's the most expensive option.
Yeah.
You just gotta take into account.
Yeah, we kind of don't want to give you like the obvious picks here. So we like to give you low owned, cheap prices, cheap people.
So you got any more? You good on
I'm good on the quarterbacks.
Okay, let's go running backs. Who's your first one there?
Okay, I have this week. He burned me last week. Okay, but I think we can go there again this week, and he'll be even lower owned than he was last week. I think he was only like 5-6% owned last week, and that's LaShawn McCoy for Buffalo.
You're still going this?
I'm going with him.
Oh my!
I know the Chargers have a decent defense. We talked about that, but West Coast teams going to East Coast to play 1 o'clock. Most teams don't travel well like that, and it's in Buffalo, and there's actually probably going to be a lot better quarterback starting for Buffalo than Peterman.
I think that's risky to say.
It is very risky, and
a
lot of this.
He did play half the game last week and did terrible.
Yeah, but he was thrown in there. Now he has a full week with first team.
Right.
So, and I mean, he's definitely gonna have to prove something the first drive or two that he can throw the ball, and so they won't stock the box up against LaShawn McCoy. So that's it. All my picks are basically for like tournaments. So don't be playing LaShawn McCoy in cash, okay? We don't want to do that. That's not good. So, but I'll take McCoy as a flyer. What do you have the price on him? I think he's pretty cheap this week.
68.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's about middle of the field.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you need to save some cash on running backs, I mean, he's worth a flyer in tournaments. He'll be low owned, I think, this week.
Yeah, I mean, my first one is Chris Thompson from the Washington Redskins. They're going against a Colts team in their home. I kind of like everything he does out of the backfield, running the ball. $6,200, which is pretty cheap. I mean, McCoy was $6,800.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's pretty cheap. I think he's good for at least 20 points. I think he put up 22 last week. I think he's good for
on
another.
FanDuel.
Yeah.
Did he? Okay.
So he's still cheap. So
Yeah.
I'll get him. I mean, I think
I like that pick.
I think he put up at least 20 points, and hell, for that value,
It's just worth a flyer.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
Because
I can't believe he's still cheap.
well,
honestly.
speaking of Redskins, Adrian Peterson's my next running back. So only because I like him. They used him well last week against Arizona. I believe, Arizona it was. I just because you're playing against a really bad Colts defense. Same with Thompson too. You're playing a really bad Colts defense, and you're at home. And I just like the Redskins to be ahead by at least double digits most of the game. So they're going to be running the ball a lot, either with Thompson or Adrian Peterson. So that's kind of my view on AP this week. He might be a little more owned this week than he was last week, just because of how well he did against Arizona. So that's something you might want to think about. Just that might be a little bit chalky this week. So who's another one of your running backs?
Yeah, I like Jay Ajayi from the Philadelphia Eagles. I think they'll be up in this game. I think.
Well, unless Fitzpatrick does some of his magic.
Yeah.
This week.
It's at Tampa Bay, so maybe I should be a little bit more cautious on this. But I think Ajayi will get his touches. I think in the second half, especially, and I mean he's 6,800, so he's in that mid pack. It's a little risky, but I mean, if you're going mid value here, I mean, I think he's not a bad pick. I mean,
okay.
6,800.
Yeah, I mean, definitely if the Eagles get out in front early and have a big lead the whole time.
Yeah.
And Fitzpatrick's turning the ball over. That's another thing that you would want in that scenario.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much for my running backs. Do you have any more?
Yeah, I mean Isaiah Crowder.
Crowell.
Okay. From the Jets. I like kind of the Jets.
You like the Jets this week?
Not big, but I think Jets probably win by like 7 or 10 points, and I kind of think they're going to run the ball in the second half.
Okay.
So I kind of like him to get a touchdown or two there, and for 6,400, I think you get value.
Mm-hmm.
So
for a number one running back, he is number one on the depth chart.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think Deion Lewis might be worth a look at 6,500. Just kind of out of backfield to get the catches, and especially if you're in a PPR league or getting more for catch. And then Dalvin Cook for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, I like that.
Playing the Packers. Packers are good with the pass defense, but they're a little. I wouldn't say, I don't know. They're a little suspect a little bit on the run defense.
Struggle on
well,
the
at
line.
least last week, yeah. So I mean, Dalvin Cook's a player to look out for. 6,500, kind of. You probably get at least a touchdown from him, which is pretty good value.
Yeah, I like him as a runner as well. Just not just fantasy. Just I think he'll just have a good day this week.
Yeah, I mean, for his value, I think you'll get his. All right, so wide receivers. What's your first one?
Okay, I'm going with Josh Gordon this week for the Browns versus the Saints. I mean,
I knew you were going to go this way too.
Because you would more than likely think the Browns are going to be down most of this game, and Josh Gordon had a touchdown last week. He didn't have many receptions, but he did have a touchdown. And can Tyrod Taylor throw the ball a little bit more this week? He's going to have to if they're going to be down and playing a highly overloaded Saints offense. They're going to be trailing. So Tyrod's going to have to throw the ball. So you would think it would be Josh Gordon. At least get a couple deep ball attempts, at least. Because I seen that you did have Jarvis Landry as well, right?
Yep, I have Landry.
Or yeah, Landry as well. Because you can take either one of them. You could even mini stack both of them, because they're going to be behind. They're going to be passing the ball, I think, a lot in this game. Yeah. So I like. I mean, I know you're not really high on the Saints defense. I'm a little bit higher on them, but I'll take my chances with that. I mean, I think Josh Gordon is 62.
Yeah, he's in that range. I think he's 62.
62, 64. So, I mean, for a number one target, I'll take 62, 6400 all day on that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll mine is I'll stay with the Browns and go with Landry on mine. I think he has way better upside than Josh Gordon. I mean, you've seen it last week. He had, I think it was 7 catches for 160 yards. I think you might get even a touchdown this week. Gordon only had 1 catch last week, so I mean, as talented as he is, I want to see it first before. I mean, you're giving me stats of 4 or 5 years ago. I need to see it in the present. So
I need to see more from Tyrod
I'm
Taylor.
more comfortable with going Landry and I see a little bit more explosion from Landry at this point.
I can only see that because he'll get more of the he'll get more receptions. Landry.
Yeah, and targets, I think.
And, well, I mean, you get points. You get a half a point for each reception, but that's you do play in Tyrod Taylor's hands though a little bit more with Landry than you do with Gordon, because he drops off a lot more. Tyrod drop pass or dumps it off like within the 5 to 10 yard range. So that's where Landry really helps move the scale compared to Josh Gordon. But if Josh Jordan can get that one big play, I mean that can break it open too for you. So I like both of them. Both of them will be good. Browns will be down this week, so yeah, that's a good one.
All right, what's your next one?
I have Kenny Galladay for Detroit.
That's mine too.
Okay, all right. Yeah, he's real cheap on FanDuel, isn't he still?
Yeah, I forget what he is.
Yeah, I mean,
I think 5,700. I think.
Okay.
5,700.
Okay, I mean that's really cheap.
Yeah, I like that thing.
He'll probably be chalky. He'll probably be chalky as hell this week. Like he'll be highly owned this week.
Yeah.
Especially being that cheap. I mean, the Jets defense looked all right this past week, but Lions are going to be down. Lions are going to be down this week.
A lot of throwing.
Yeah, a lot of throwing. I mean, they do a lot of throwing whether they're up or down.
Exactly.
So, I mean, we do know that the San Francisco defense isn't as well as the Jets defense probably is. So, but yeah, you're still going to be getting a lot of screens, dump off passes to Kenny Galladay, and I don't know. I think I don't think it'll be a blowout in San Francisco, but I don't know. I like Kenny Galladay for that price, and I'll eat the chalk a little bit on that one. So
yeah, that was exactly one of mine. I think they'll be throwing a lot, and I think he's going to get a lot of targets and catches. Okay, so my second one third one is Allison from Green Bay and / Cobb. Now I'm saying that if Adams is out, he's questionable right now. So if he's out, I like Allison. You can get for 5,000, and Cobb you can get for 6,200. I think they'll both have good games. If Adams is out, so look out. That's just something to look out for me. Do you got another one?
No, I'm pretty. Those are my two low end sleepers. I'm pretty. I'm gonna keep all my other ones a little secret.
Oh man, I'll lay it out on the table for you guys. I like Tyrell Williams from the Chargers.
Okay.
I think he's 5,800. I
thought about him as well.
He had 5 catches, 81 yards, I think, last week. I just like him in that Buffalo matchup a little bit, and I think Phillip Rivers is the QB, I think. So I think he'll get at least a touchdown.
Yeah, so if you do a little mini stack with Rivers and Williams there,
yeah,
that's what you want to do.
And then Funches from the Carolina Panthers at 6,000. I think that's really good value too, considering Carolina. I think Greg Olsen is out.
Yeah, he's out. Yeah, he's out for at least a month.
Who's Carolina's other targets?
And Funches is the number one guy there now on the receiving.
So for 6,000, I mean,
he'll get the targets.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like he'll get the usage. I think if they get the ball in his hands, that's going to be a invalued pick. Nelson Aguilar from the Philadelphia Eagles is another one. I think I'm really high on Nelson Aguilar. 6,100. Tampa Bay can't really stop anybody, and I think he will have a monster game with Jeffrey being out. Jeffrey's going to be out, so I think Aguilar and Zach Ertz is going to benefit from that, especially for the high scoring game.
Yeah.
So who else I have here? Possibly. I mean, I have Kenny Stills. It's kind of a little bit.
I like him too.
Versus the Jets for 6,400. I mean,
he's the number one guy.
Yeah, he's the number one guy. 6,400. I think if they could just get the ball, I know he only had 4 catches last week, but he did have 2 touchdowns. Yeah. So if he can just get the ball in his hands, he could do something. What else I have here? I mean, maybe Robbie Anderson a little bit.
Okay.
He can be a sleeper. So I think there's a lot of sleepers in the wide receivers. You kind of get my gift here.
Yeah, you can go low on the receivers, save salary, and go high on running backs and quarterback, or do a flex. I don't know. I think there is value to be had at the wide receiver this week.
Yeah. Now, do you have any tight ends you want to look out for?
Yeah, I have one that I really like. I do like Jordan Reed a lot. That's probably who I'm going to go with, but that's not a sleeper.
Yeah.
So,
top 5.
But my big sleeper, I think he's at minimum salary. I think he's a minimum salary guy. Ian Thomas from the Carolina Panthers. He is sharing workload with the second tight end as well, but Ian Thomas is the passing tight end, so he's going to be getting all the targets for the tight ends is concerned. So he's taking over for Greg Olsen. Greg Olsen's going to be out for at least a month or 2. He might be out. He might call it a career now. He re-broke his foot last week. So I like Ian Thomas if you want to play really risky in tournaments. I don't know. It's hard for me to say if he'll get highly owned because of his price and he's jumping into the starting job. So I don't want to say he's going to be low owned or high owned because I just can't really get a pulse on it right now. So I like Ian Thomas against Atlanta this week.
Yeah, I mean, as my big sleeper, I kind of like Benjamin Watson from the Saints. I mean, I think he's good for a touchdown. Was it 5,100? So he's really kind of your low end salary there. I think he'll get his touches. I mean, and then I have Jared Cook too. Obviously, he had a big game last week on Monday night. He had like 180 yards.
He's still at a decent price too.
Yeah, he's still at a decent price for 5,000. He's going up against the Denver Broncos, who's better on defense. So I think you might get a little bit of a drop off, but still, I mean, even if you get a little bit of drop off for 5,000, I think you still kind of hit value. So yeah, I think there are some decent ones right there.
Yeah, I was thinking about Cook as well, but they might have him double teamed.
Yeah.
Because who else can the Raiders go to? Amari Cooper isn't doing nothing, so they're not going to double team Cooper. So they might double team, put a couple linebackers on Cook. So that might be something you want to think about, but for 5,000, you take that chance.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're still going to hit value. I mean, you might not go off.
Like you did.
You might not get a
week,
touchdown, but okay. So who's your defense this week?
The defense I'm going with as of now, I don't know if I really have a sleeper, but I'm going with the 49ers defense against Detroit. I think that's who I'm going to go with this week. I don't think they're going to be that highly owned.
Yeah,
And
3,700.
yeah, they're cheap. They're one of the lowest, I think, this
Yeah,
week.
they are.
Save salary. You play against Matt Stafford on at home in San Francisco. I'll take my chances. I could probably. I would bet that there would be at least 2 picks in that game, and you would hope to maybe be a pick 6 as well, and maybe a fumble or 2. I don't know. I mean, I know 49ers don't have no big names or anything on their defense other than Sherman, but I don't know. I think it's worth a flyer for 3,700. If you need to save some salary and just want to pivot off the top end defenses that San Francisco has a decent ceiling, I think, this week, just on the matchup and being at home.
Yeah, the defense is a tough matchups this week. I'm paying for defense this week. I just don't really have any low end matchups I like. Like the Chargers for 4,400 is probably my best value. They're going up against the Buffalo Bills. It's at Buffalo, but they're likely starting a rookie QB with Josh Allen, so I think you get some turnovers there. Even though Bosa's not back yet, they might struggle a little bit, but I think there's still going to be some value with the high ceiling with the turnovers.
Yeah, I could see them scoring this week, but it's going to be chalk. It's going to be chalky. But if you don't think nothing else can, if you really think they can pitch a shutout here against Buffalo, then by all means go for it. But
because they can just stack the box on McCoy.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, but if you want to be contrarian and pivot in tournaments, I would go low, go with the 49ers, and possibly match it up with McCoy against the Chargers defense. Yeah. There you go. I mean, that's a nice little pivot for your team in tournaments.
And then I like the Houston Texans, especially if like Mariota is out.
Okay.
If Mariota's out, that might be a really big.
Yeah, I like the Texans. I think
really high ceiling if Mariota's out.
I think I like the Texans a little bit better than the Chargers this week, just based on ownership, because the Texans probably won't be as highly owned as the Chargers will.
Well, I mean, I think they will if Mariota's out. I think then that's going to be a big ownership, but the Rams too are kind of like the obvious choice. They're the most expensive though.
Yeah.
Against the Cardinals, they're going to probably. It might be worth paying for them, but just because it's the safest bet and it's a really high ceiling, but you're going to be paying a little bit.
Yeah, and you're paying for chalk as well.
Yeah.
You're paying to be with the rest of the entries.
Yeah. All right, so let's go with our picks this week.
Weekly pickems. Let's do it. All right, first game up, we have the Vikings and the Packers. The over-under for the game is 46.5, and the Packers are given 1 point. What do you think about that, Derek? Packers are given 1 point to the top 2 defense in the league, and with Kirk Cousins on the other side?
I mean, I like the Packers' chances. I think it's going to be a really close game if Aaron Rodgers is healthy and plays and does everything Aaron Rodgers can do, like, normally. So, I mean, if we could just stop the run a little bit and give a chance to win, I think it's going to be a close game. And, I mean, I like our chances. It's at Green Bay. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's some things working for us and some things working against us with the injuries. So, I mean,
you're taking Green Bay?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Green Bay.
I'll take this. I'll take this win. I'll take this win all day. I'm taking the Vikings.
That's my homer pick. So.
Yeah. I mean, I expected it, but I'm still gonna ride you on it. So I'll take the Vikings, man. I don't think it's gonna be that close, to be honest with you. You got.
I see a blowout.
No, I don't see a blowout at all. I don't see a blowout at all. But what I do see is a Vikings win. That's what I do see. I see the Vikings offense is. I know I'm not gonna say clicking yet after 1 week, but Kirk Cousins looks good with Diggs. He looked good with Rudolph. He looked good with his receivers last week, and they're gonna exploit that Packers defense, especially
Not
young
secondary,
defense.
though.
Young defense. Man, they're either gonna run the ball down your throat, and then they're play action pass off that.
Like, I'll buy Cook having possibly a big game, but I can't really buy carving us up. Like, he might have a decent game like he did last week, like 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he's not gonna carve it up with the young corners we have now. If you could tell me they'll run the ball, they'll play possession kind of game, then I can buy that. But
I can see them playing possession as well. I mean, that's what almost every team.
That's what
almost every team wants to do against Rodgers.
I think that's going to be their game plan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I can see them spreading out the Packers defense as well, and throwing the ball a little bit too. I don't know. I think the Vikings, they just have weapons on both sides. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers solely can win this game. Yeah, he did it against the Bears, but it was the Bears as well.
He missed time and stuff. Like, he missed time in that game.
Yeah.
And he was hurt.
Yeah, I know, but no, I'm saying Rodgers isn't solely going to beat this Vikings stack.
You're right.
This stacked Vikings team.
But you're high on the Bears defense, right?
I'm decent.
It's not. You're acting like they just almost lost to a college team in the Bears. Like, Bears had a pretty good defense, and at least we know now. So I think it was a good performance. Based off beating a defensive team.
Yeah, I mean, the Bears lost that game more than the Packers won that game. I'll be completely honest with that. That's how I see that game. Oh my! The head coach didn't even know what his name was by the end of the game for the Bears. Like, he didn't know what was going on. He must have took drugs at halftime. I don't know. I scored only 6 points off the whole second half off that Green Bay defense, and when the momentum's all on your side. I don't know, man. I see the Vikings. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy or anything like that, but the Vikings are gonna take it.
All right, who we got next?
We got Texans and the Titans next. 43 over under total, and Tennessee is getting 3. So I have the Texans. I don't really see if Mariota plays, it'll be a little bit closer, but I don't see Tennessee being able to pull this one out.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm Texans either if Mariota plays or not. I'm Texans, and
unless Watson looks like complete hell again.
Yeah, but even if he looked complete hell and he still only lost by 7 points against New England. He still was in that. He still came back in that game a little bit. So I don't really have. I'm still high on Watson, so I'm gonna ride with Titans on this still. And if Mariota's out, I see a potential blowout on that side.
Okay. So we both got the Texans then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next game, we got the Colts going up against the Redskins. The Colts are getting 6.5. So, and the over/under is 48.5. So, I have the Redskins. I think they can cover that 6. I even think they can cover that 6 spread too. I think they can win by 7. I don't know. I don't see the Colts. Andrew Luck, he was rusty last week. He looked good. He looked okay for being rusty, but I just think Alex Smith and the Redskins. I think they'll look good this week at home. I don't know. I'm taking the Redskins. Who you got?
Yeah, this was kind of a tough game for me because I'm a lot more high on the Colts than you are. I'm going to take the Redskins in a close field goal game.
Okay, so you don't see the 6 points.
Nah, I don't.
So you would take the Colts getting 6 then?
Yeah.
For the
spread.
Yeah. Okay.
I like Luck, and I think he's going to perform well. If this was in Indianapolis, I would lean towards the Colts on this one, but with it being at Washington, and Alex Smith plays good at home, so I don't see him having a bad game. Andrew Luck's going to have to be kind of perfect for them really to win this, because the way Washington doesn't turn the ball over, and Andrew Luck isn't going to be able to turn the ball over like he has often in the past.
Yeah, it can't be throwing red zone picks like he did last.
You're not going to be able to get away with it this week. So I'm going to go with the Redskins, but I see 3 points or less, and so I mean.
Okay. All right, so we both have Redskins, but we're different with the spread.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so the next game is the highest scoring game, like we said earlier, 53.5. Chiefs against the Steelers. The Steelers are given 5.5. Is that right?
I think so.
Okay.
Favorite. Yeah.
All right. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking Chiefs. I'm taking Chiefs with the points as well. I'm taking Chiefs both ways. So I don't know. I just don't, like I said before. I just don't like the Steelers. I just don't like their defense. I like what I've seen from Mahomes as well for week 1. And man, Steelers are gonna be in trouble. I mean, they have started out slow before a couple years, but I don't know, man. If they start out 0-2, might be
Well,
that's true. That
1-1.
But everyone sees that tie is a loss to the Browns. So, but yeah, I like the Chiefs with the points and straight up as well. What are you looking at?
I completely disagree.
Oh yeah, all right.
I like the Steelers.
Okay.
I like a bounce back. I mean, then I don't see them repeating a bad performance like they did last week. It's at Pittsburgh, so you're going to get a tough crowd. I like Connor, the running back from Pittsburgh, to have a huge game. And then you didn't mention it, but the Chiefs' defense is bad as well.
Yeah.
So I think I'm not going to say Big Ben's going to carve him up, but I would say Big Ben will have a decent game. He'll have like 2 or 3 touchdowns. I see a touchdown or 2 for Connor. High scoring, so I think Mahomes will get his a little bit.
Both defenses aren't good.
I see a high scoring, but I see it being in Pittsburgh, and that, we took a shit last week. We're going to make up for it this week a little bit, and I don't think they're – actually, I think it's going to be a close – I don't know if they're going to cover that spread. I'm kind of leaning on probably not covering it, so I kind of probably like Pittsburgh in like maybe that 3 to 4 point range. But I think they bounce back this week and get a win.
You like the Chiefs with 5.5 points?
Yeah, I probably lean towards
okay.
The Chiefs.
All right, so we're the same there, but the straight pick'em is
yeah
Chiefs and Steelers for you. Okay. Yeah, I think.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I could see the Steelers winning. Yeah, if Mahomes doesn't look good on the road. But we seen he looks good on the road last week against San Diego, against a division opponent at that. And
yeah,
I don't know, I just don't like the Steelers. They always underperform. I can never put money on Steelers.
Connor, man, he's a star.
Okay, I mean Connor does look good. Okay, but the defense still don't look good. Other than Watt.
Yeah, I like Hayden.
Yeah, and Hayden, okay. Other than those two, okay.
I mean, Tyreek Hill is probably going to cause a lot. It's going to be a high-scoring game, like I said.
Yeah, I guarantee you the Chiefs are going to get a defensive or a special teams touchdown.
Yeah, with Tyreek Hill, I mean.
Yeah, I can see that at all. I can see that. And, I mean, and Ben just likes to throw picks all the time, so what's the chances one of them are pick 6? So, probably pretty high. So, all right, let's move on here. The next game we got is the Dolphins at the Jets. The Jets might be sold out this week. That I've been hearing that this week, and fans are New York is getting really excited for this Sam Darnold kid. So, the over/under is 43. The Jets are given 2.5. I like the Jets. Either way, I think I would take the Jets with that spread still, but I like the Jets straight up. I just like Sam Darnold. I mean, maybe the Dolphins can come out and confuse him with something, which is totally possible. But I just think with a sold-out crowd behind the Jets and that defense even, and Sam Darnold, I think they can put away the Dolphins. I would imagine. I can't see Tannehill going to New York and just tearing it up. And Dolphins defense ain't nothing to talk about either. So yeah, I think I'll take the Jets with the spread and straight up.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you. I like the Jets. I think it'll be within a touchdown, but I like what I'm seeing from Darnold. As long as he doesn't turn the ball over and make the mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean,
just stay in the game.
Yeah, I mean, he had a pick 6 last week, but he bounced back. So I mean, as long as he doesn't make those mistakes, I think they'll have really not much problem with the Dolphins. Tannehill, man, he just doesn't move the needle for me at all. Even last week, I thought he was going to have a good game. I thought he was going to have, but he had 2 picks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's dude,
do something.
It was set up last week for him to have a great game, and he just refuses to be anything but
more than average.
Yeah,
He's
like Andy Dalton 2.0.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, just with less injuries on him.
Yeah,
You know?
I actually like Andy Dalton better, but Dolphins need to move on from Ryan Tannehill sooner than later.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm so low in Tannehill. I don't know what they see in this. I mean, they paid this guy big money is the reason why.
Yeah, a year or two ago they signed him to that extension.
I thought it was 3 years ago.
Okay.
So maybe I might be wrong, but yeah, man, move on.
Yeah, he isn't winning nothing.
He's not doing nothing. He'll give you a couple of decent games a year to make you think he's
decent. Kind of a glorified manager, a little bit. Glorified game manager. And
then he got hurt. He was out for a year.
ACL or something. Last training camp.
Yeah, some leg injury, big leg. Move on.
Yeah.
This guy.
That only makes him worse.
You know what? Injury. I'm leaning on more Blake Bortles than actually Andy Dalton as I'm thinking about it. He's just.
What he is more like Blake Bortles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not saying you can't put a elite defense and he might take it to the playoffs, and I wouldn't even trust him in the playoffs regardless. Yeah. But I'm not saying you can't
Yeah, but we've seen Blake Bortles be able to do that.
Yeah.
With an elite defense, and he took him to almost won the championship against the Patriots.
I don't know. I'm low. I'm Jets.
Yeah, I like Blake Bortles a lot more than Tannehill. Maybe not a lot more, but I do like him better. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think we both got the Jets here both ways. So, all right, next game we have the Eagles at Tampa Bay. Their runner is 44, and the Bucs are getting 3 points. I like the Eagles straight up, obviously. I don't see. I mean, I can see Fitzpatrick throwing for some touchdowns, but I think he'll throw some more picks than touchdowns this week. I think I'm gonna call that. I'm gonna call I don't think that's I'm not breaking new ground here, but I like.
Not breaking any news.
Yeah. So I like Eagles straight up. I guess I'll take the Eagles with the points as well. I think it'll be a little bit.
What's the points?
3 points. The Tampa Bay's getting.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like the Eagles too in a close one. Kind of a.
You think it's gonna be pretty close?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be close.
Not gonna be 10 points or anything.
No, because I think I even think Tampa Bay could. Call me crazy, but I think Tampa Bay could even win this one. I would not be surprised.
So they kind of like your underdog pick of the week.
Yeah, because Nick Foles. I mean, he just looked garbage last week, and I get it. The defense stepped up and did its job, but damn, there's only so many times your defense can pick you up before you can score some damn points.
Yeah.
Man, God, that was a disaster performance. He had the worst QBR I think in the league last week. I get it. It was week 1, Thursday night game, but I mean, you did win a Super Bowl. I don't know how you did it, but you fucking did it. So I like the Eagles in a close game, but I wouldn't be surprised Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if Tampa Bay wins this game.
Okay.
But
I might call you a little crazy, but you'll probably call me crazy for the next game. So.
all right, let's go.
All right, yes. Okay, so I'm taking Eagles both ways, and you're taking Bucks both ways, with the 3 points, with Bucks getting 3.
I'll say.
Well, I mean, if you're taking Tampa Bay straight up, then you gotta take them with the points.
No, I'm not gonna take them straight up.
Oh, okay.
I guess I do see the Eagles winning by 3, so that would be a push. So that would go Tampa Bay way, I guess.
Okay.
If that's how you're gonna say it, but.
All right. Yeah, so that's where we fall on that game. So the next game we have is the Browns and the Saints. The total is 49 over under, and the Saints are given 9.5. I was thinking that this could be my underdog game of the week. Taking the Browns.
Go with it.
I mean, I get feelings on games, but usually it's wrong there. So I just like the underdogs in games. That's my vice when it comes to gambling. So 9.5 though. I mean, I am really interested in that. Browns getting 9.5.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the Browns would.
I could see the Saints.
I could see it being close. I could see it being a 7-point game.
I could see it being close, and I could also see the Saints just going crazy.
I could see it. I could see it being like a 27-20 game. Saints. That's my bold score prediction for you guys.
I mean, I'll be happy with that, but I think I'll take the points. I'll take the Browns with the points, but I'm really debating on straight up. Because I could see the Saints. Like I said, they came out looking like hell last week. I don't think they're going to do that 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
I mean, the Browns' defense is a lot better than the Bucks' defense, don't get me wrong. But there's only so much you can do against Drew Brees.
Well, you got to look at it this way, too. Like, Saints are pretty damn good running the ball, and Browns almost gave up 200-plus yards running the ball to the Steelers with Connor.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could see Kamara having a coming out party on that defense.
He'll probably be chalky again this week as well. He was chalky last week on FanDuel. Man, if you didn't have him, you were sorry.
Who?
Kamara.
Oh, yeah.
So, but, man.
And Connor, too.
Yeah. That's
damn.
true.
It's my new favorite player now.
I like, so tell me what you like here with points and straight up.
I like the Saints win by 7. So I think the
you like the Browns with points?
Yeah, I like the Browns with points.
Okay.
I mean,
give me the Browns with points as well. I like Browns with points.
I see kind of a game that maybe Saints are up 2 touchdowns and then kind of Browns try to come back
with a garbage touchdown.
With a garbage touchdown. Yeah. I can see that type of game here. I'm just not high on Hugh Jackson to get it done.
Okay.
I mean, he's too cocky and he just doesn't understand coaching well that he thinks he does. So and then I'm not big on Tyrod. If you're telling me Baker Mayfield's playing this game, I'll give a flyer. I wouldn't consider you crazy giving a flyer. I mean, if it's
picking up straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Tyrod, he's limited. He's been limited his whole career.
That's what I'm saying. If I can get some kind of knowing of if he'll throw at least 10 deep balls this game, I'll be kind of happy with that.
But I don't think
yeah, that's the thing. But if they're gonna be down almost all game, whether it's 3 or whether it's 30, he's gonna have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they'll be down by three scores or anything.
Yeah,
I don't see it getting that out of hand. Maybe it will. I don't know.
I mean, like I said, I'm not high on the Steelers as a whole, and their offense is good, but it always underperforms. But so you're saying, but the Browns came back last week, 14 down in the second half.
Yeah.
So can you see them stopping the Saints for a couple drives in the second half?
Not towards the end, though, for me.
Okay.
Drew Brees always finds a way to get.
Yeah, I was gonna say Drew Brees is a lot better than Ben.
Yeah.
So that's
Drew
not.
Brees will close that deal.
I can see that. Yeah, Ben won't close it all, so he'll make a new deal for you. So I like the Saints straight up. Give me the Saints straight up, and I'll take Browns with points. We'll do that. All right, next game we have here is the Panthers and the Falcons. 44.5 total, and the Falcons are giving the Panthers 6. Who do you like?
Yeah, this one was a really tough game for me. Division rival. I like the Falcons just to kind of bounce back.
I do too.
They had a tough game last week with the Eagles. And a lot of pressure on Matt Ryan to kind of get it done. And hell, Panthers were in that. I mean, they beat the Cowboys, but
it wasn't like an impressive.
They weren't
win.
impressive.
Yeah, I agree.
They're not something you didn't watch them and be like, oh man, that's a Super Bowl team.
Well, I don't watch it and be like, oh man, they're gonna beat the Panthers or they're gonna beat the Falcons and the Saints in that division.
So it's going to be a gritty game, I think, in the mid-20s.
And the Falcons at home there too.
Yeah,
I like
Falcons a favorite, right?
Yeah, by 6. They're giving Panthers 6.
Dang, I would maybe take the Panthers on points because I think it's going to be a 3 to 4 point game, going the Falcons' way. It's at Atlanta, so that's going to add some comfort to Matt Ryan a little bit. And hopefully they can establish running the ball. I know Freeman I think's hurt, so they might have to lean Coleman.
Yeah,
that might kind of put a little I don't know into this game. That might make it a lot closer than it probably could have been. I don't know, but I'm going with the Falcons.
I like Falcons straight up. And I like them with the points as well, or given points. Right. I'll take both here for Falcons. So yeah, I don't trust Cam, and
yeah, me either. Well, I mean,
I like Cam. Don't get me wrong, but the team, I'll say I don't trust the defense.
On the road,
the team. Yeah, that's the thing. You're in Atlanta. Atlanta doesn't mess around when they're at home. They're usually pretty mean business.
Now, if Freeman doesn't play, do you still like him?
I still like him. I still like him either. I think Coleman's a good backup.
Yeah.
I like Coleman, so I mean it is a drop off, but I think they can still take care of the Panthers.
And Freeman does drop off for any reason. Coleman might be a decent FanDuel too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what his price is, but I'm sure it's pretty low.
I think it's in the mid-5s, so you'll get the usage out of that.
Yeah, that's true, especially if they get up on them. If they get up on the Panthers. Because Cam's good for a turnover, too, as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, as long as Matt Ryan don't turn the ball over, I think his defense is pretty solid, and it'll keep him in his game, and I think they'll win.
Yeah, like I said, I'll take Falcons spread and straight up. And you said Panthers with points?
Yeah.
Okay, but you'll take Falcons straight up.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a 3 or 4 point game.
Okay. All right, so the next game we have here is the Chargers and the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are getting 7.5. Okay, and it's a 43 over-under. So, I like Chargers both ways in this game. Although I am very excited to see Josh Allen play. Very excited. So, but I don't think he's gonna do more than Phillip Rivers. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do more than Phillip Rivers. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers both ways on this one.
Yeah, I like the Chargers too. I mean, they lost in a tough game against the Chiefs last week.
They just scored too many field goals in that game when the Chiefs are scoring touchdowns.
But they didn't score any field goals.
Oh, did
4 touchdowns. I think it was 38-28, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, but it was 12 at halftime. So I think they were scoring field goals. They went for 2-point conversions and stuff, yeah. But like I said, they were just Kansas City was scoring touchdowns to their field goals, so that's how they got out. That's how it got a little out of hand last week.
Okay. So I like the Chargers both ways, like you do, points and straight up. I don't really see Josh Allen having a great game. He might have a decent game, but even then, I still think the Chargers win. It's his first start, and I see a potential blowout too. If Josh Allen throws some picks, it could get pretty ugly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. And then if they are up by that much, then you just want to see the Chargers run the ball with that, with that spread.
Gordon might be a decent FanDuel now that I think about it being up, maybe, potentially.
Yeah. I even like him when the Chargers are down because he's a very good pass option for Rivers. He always likes going, and that's always his outlet.
Yeah.
So he's almost as good as a tight end to Phillip Rivers as
Yeah, I think Rivers is gonna be a little desperate. Start 0-1. He wants to get back into it.
Yeah, I think the Chargers will be able to take this pretty easy. So yeah, we both have them with spread and pick 'em. So now we're moving on to the 4:00 games. We have the Cardinals against the Rams, 44.5 total, and the Rams are given 13. I like the Rams straight up, obviously. 13 is a hell of a lot of points to give up. I don't care if it's what the teams are. But I think I'm still going to go with the Rams with 13 now. I think I'm still going to do it. Just because Cardinals looked like hell last week against just a mediocre defense in the Redskins.
Well, maybe they should be starting their rookie, but I don't understand why.
Yeah, he'll start at some point. Yeah, he'll start at some point this year. Just because Sam Bradford can't stay healthy.
So awful. But he's awful now, too, when he plays.
Man, yeah. You got to give him a little bit of a break because he hasn't been healthy most of last year.
He's been healthy all offseason. Damn, he's not a rookie.
Well, he has a degenerative
God, you get paid 1 year, $20 million. You better fucking do something.
Man, I like the Rams straight up. I think I'll take them with the points. I don't like taking teams with giving up that many points, but I think the Rams will be able to.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on this one. I think Rams going to take both ways. And I think David Johnson's out, too, in this game.
Oh, is he?
I think he's on the bubble.
Okay.
I think he's, doubtful in this game. So that's more of Cardinals probably going to get stumped in the ground here.
If that wasn't calculated in with that, I'll probably go up to 15 points. I'll probably go higher.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see Cardinals really having a chance in this one. I don't like doing spreads that high in NFL though.
Yeah, I don't either.
Even considering all the injuries Cardinals have, but I'll say cover just because I had nothing to push back on the Cardinals.
Yeah, there's nothing to defend the Cardinals
I'm
with.
so low on Sam Bradford. I mean, Larry Fitzgerald's still pretty solid, which is the only good thing that Cardinals have working for them.
But they got
nothing.
The Rams' second best cornerback can take care of Larry, no problem. That's just how stocked their defense is.
And then I thought Cardinals defense might give them some hope, some chance. I didn't see it last week. I didn't see it, so
I'm
going Rams big.
The Cardinals can't turn the ball over and expect their defense to stop the Rams at their own 40. So there's just a lot going against the Cardinals here. So we both like the Rams here, both ways. So, all right, moving on to the next game, we got the Detroit Lions against the 49ers. 48.5 over-under total, and the 49ers are giving 6 to the Lions. Give me the 49ers straight up, and give me the 49ers with giving 6.
I will say 49ers will win, but I think it'll be a close game. I think it's going to be 3-4 point game. So
I kind of thought that as well, just because of how they like to throw the ball and get garbage touchdowns.
I'll go with the Lions on the point spread. I'll take the 49ers on the pick 'em. I mean, Jimmy G should be able to get this done. It's at San Francisco.
Yeah, that should. One of the worst teams in the league, probably.
The only thing I see that might have against the 49ers is lack of run game. I mean,
but you can say that.
But you can say it against
the
Detroit,
Lions,
so
it might actually be a shootout.
Because you need some type of pressure off Jimmy G, because to get him in some type of rhythm, because he obviously wasn't in last week. with 3 picks.
I seen Darius Slay got injured last week with a concussion. I think he went back to the locker room with a concussion, but I didn't hear anything after that, and I don't remember seeing him in the game.
I did hear something about that, but I
don't know if he's playing or not. But if he's not playing, then definitely take Jimmy G. Consider him for FanDuel.
I would say they would cover if that's the case, because he is their best player by far on defense.
And FanDuel even too for Jimmy G. You know, Detroit will have no coverage. So I like the 49ers. The only thing I would watch out for, like you said, getting a garbage touchdown for the Lions, and then they would cover that spread.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could see.
That's what I could see happening.
But give me, I'll go out on a limb and take 49ers both ways. So you take Lions with the points and 49ers straight up.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Moving on to the next game, we got the Raiders and the Broncos. 45.5 total over under, and then the Broncos are given 6.5. Another pretty big spread for a division here, for a division game.
6.5?
Yeah. I like the Broncos straight up, though. Give me the Broncos straight up.
So you have the Raiders on spread.
I think they can keep it kind of close for 6.5. I think it could be like 4 points that might separate it here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the Broncos. It'll be like 3 or 4 point game. Raiders have shown me a little bit of tough play last week.
I was gonna say that, and just I don't want to say it. They looked different under John. They were more amped up. You know, they seem more ready than they have been in prior years.
And then also with Derek Carr, he just seems so unsure of yourself. I don't know if you've seen him after the game. He was just like psychoanalyzing every throw and every move he did. I think John Gruden's in his head. I think John Gruden's kind of torturing this kid in ways that we haven't seen before.
Like Chucky.
John Gruden's in this guy's head. I'm telling you, I think John needs to come to earth a little bit and realize I don't think the Raiders are going to move on from Derek Carr anytime soon. So I think John Gruden needs to
loosen up a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean he did play call well. I will say that against John Gruden. I think he played call pretty well last game, but
Rams were just too much.
Man, I'm not high on Case Keenum either, but
yeah. But I'll take that Denver defense against Carr.
And it's at Denver, so that's gonna play a factor here. I don't really see Marshawn Lynch getting it. I don't see them juicing his legs. Yeah, he can like take 10 guys to the end zone, but for a consistent every run, it doesn't move the needle for me there. And I'm not saying Denver has a great run game either, but they do have two young guys, who had like 150 yards combined. So I see them establishing the run. And
I think Royce Freeman, who's their number one guy, running back, he had 60 to 80 yards. I can't remember exactly what it was. Because I had him on FanDuel.
I think they were both 71.
Okay.
So 142.
Okay. All right, yeah, but they looked all right. I mean,
both of them had
lay an egg. So
both of them had decent run per carry. Okay. So I mean, they're two formidable running backs, and you got Case Keenum. I think that just gets it at Denver. I think it gets it done. Yeah, but I do think it's 3 or 4 point game, and so I like Raiders on points and Broncos straight up.
Okay, same here. That's the same thing with me. All right, moving on to the last 4 o'clock game, we got the Patriots at the Jaguars, 45.5 total over under, and the Jags are getting 1 point. This is one I still haven't decided.
Mr. Patriot guy.
Yeah,
and Jacksonville.
Well, I'm just a fan of the game, and I'm not a homer either when it comes to football. So if Leonard Fournette plays, like decently, like not hampered by his hamstring, I'm going Jags.
He's going to be, I think, hampered regardless.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. If
he's going.
If Fournette is healthy, I will take Jags straight up, and obviously with the points then too, getting one.
Obviously, yeah.
So, I'm going. I think I'm going to go, and it's at Jacksonville. I mean, that doesn't really mean nothing to the Patriots, much, but man, the Patriots defense did look better this past week.
Mm-hmm.
So, it all rides on Fournette. If Fournette doesn't even play, I'm obviously jumping on Patriots then.
Right.
But if Fournette's healthy and can actually move, I like the Jags in this game. I betted on them last year on the AFC Championship game, which I was a little disappointed that they didn't pull it out then. Thanks, Blake. But, if you can get pressure on Tom Brady, you can. That's all you have to do. I mean, and they got good enough corners to hold for an extra couple seconds. They got a good Jags got a good secondary to hold for an extra couple seconds to get the pressure there.
I'll make this simple for you. I think that New England wins.
Okay.
At least by 4 points. It's more what Jacksonville can't do with Blake Bortles than what Tom Brady can do. So Blake Bortles doesn't move the needle for me. I think Fournette's going to have trouble playing this game, and I think they're going to have trouble establishing the run, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on Bortles that he can't really handle right now.
Yeah.
Well, he couldn't handle at any point in his career. And I think Tom Brady has a great defense to...
Great? Oh,
I would say...
Saying great, wow.
I don't know if it's... It might be cracking the top 10. Damn, they looked really good last week.
They did look good last week. But was that Watson, though, at the same time?
I don't know. Texans were pretty good with Watson in last year. They were throwing fucking records up.
But he wasn't hurt, though, either.
So, I mean, I don't know if...
I don't want to, like...
I don't know. I don't want to speculate on injuries, but all I know is what I saw, so...
Yeah.
I will...
And it did look good.
I will take Patriots in this game straight up by 4. Gronk's still there.
Mm-hmm.
Gronk, I don't think, played one of their games last year. I forget which one it was. Or he left the game early.
Yeah, he concussion.
Yeah.
No.
So you got Gronk, and you got... the only thing I will say about Patriots is the running game. They have Sony hurt. I think... what is it? Burkhead's, I think, hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So they might go to, like, James White and...
Which is still fine.
Yeah.
You'll still take James White. That's no problem there.
Yeah, that's the only thing I see might change things for me, but...
I mean, like I said, I'll go with Patriots if Leonard Fournette... If the...
But I don't see Blake Bortles doing much on that New England defense. Call me crazy, but I don't see it.
They did fine last year in the AFC Championship. I agree. It is better. But, like I said, if Fournette's healthy, give me the Jags both ways. But if Fournette is not moving and not playing, I'll take Patriots.
So you're low on Yeldon?
No, because I do have him actually as one of my running backs as of now in FanDuel.
That's a sleeper.
Yeah, as in FanDuel. So... But see, I don't think he'll be much of a sleeper because if Fournette's out, everyone's going to jump on that. Everyone's going to jump on.
I mean,
I think so.
I think New England's defense will hold.
Only because
you don't have a threat of a passing game, so they're just going to stack the box.
Only because Yeldon, he's a receiving back as well. He'll be getting those extra half points for each reception. And you know Blake dumps it off, check down. So there you go. There's an extra half point almost every time. Almost at least once every drive. So, all right, moving on to the late Sunday night game. Giants, 42.5. Giants and Cowboys, 42. Lowest total is 42.5. And the Cowboys are getting 3. Is that right? All right, wow. Give me Giants all day on both sides then. I'll take Giants all day, both sides.
Yeah, I mean, I have the Giants too. I'm not real sure on this one based on being in Dallas, and Cowboys do have some pressure on them.
They do.
I mean,
well, so does the Giants.
They're
too.
hungry.
Giants have pressure too. They have more to lose than Cowboy fans. Have to be honest with yourselves. You know you don't. Yeah, you got two young pieces here,
Damn.
but the Giants, they have a team, they have a defense, and they have an offense they drafted and bought. They have more pressure to get to the playoffs than the Cowboys do this year.
I don't know about that. Dallas, I feel like
no.
always has pressure on them.
Well, I mean they do, but that's just bullshit.
I feel
pressure.
like a lot of
because they're America's team. Okay, yeah, whatever. But it's New York, man. New York, man. Those fans.
Yeah, but I feel like the pressure is because of Eli, not anything else on the New York side. Like you said, they're good on everything else. Their quarterback play is roller coaster at best.
Well, you can say that for Dak as well up until this point.
But I feel like he's been solid up to this point. And I don't know what really happened to him. But I don't feel like he's the same player he was in his second year. Damn, if Zeke can establish some type of run, is their only chance really.
It is.
But they're capable of doing it too.
They are, but at this point, the Giants could even stack the box. Like that, they don't have no weapons.
That's what I think their game plan is. Because even Landon Collins even came out and said they want to put the ball in Dak Prescott's hands.
Well, yeah, and when you do, who's your best weapon? Cole Beasley.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
there's 10 yards maybe, but and Giants have a good enough secondary to go 1-on-1.
Yeah, Jenkins is one of my favorite corners.
And Eli Apple ain't bad.
Yeah.
So
he's okay.
Yeah, but you'll take 1-on-1 against
Collins. The safety is the big guy.
Yeah, but you'll take Eli Apple 1-on-1 with any of Dallas's receivers with Dak throwing the ball. So,
yeah, Dallas receivers, man, they're fucking terrible.
Yeah,
they
can't get off the line. They can't get to create separation either.
Yeah.
But all right, so I have Giants both ways. Where are you at on that?
What's the point spread again?
3. Giants are getting 3.
I think the Giants win.
Okay, straight up.
No, I think it's gonna be close. Well, I think it's gonna be close. I see Giants winning by 3, so it'd be a push.
Okay.
All right, so the next
game is we have the Seahawks Monday night game. Seahawks and the Chicago Bears, 43.5 or 43 total over under, and then it's 3.5. Bears are giving the Seahawks 3.5. Give me the Bears straight up. I like the Bears at home straight up. I'll take the Bears. Monday night, we'll take it. I'll take that.
Man.
And then with the points, man, if it was 2.5, I'd definitely take the Bears. But 3.5, it might be a field goal game.
Yeah.
Or I can see a 4-point game as well. But tell me where you're at first.
Man, this one's probably the toughest one of the week for me.
Okay.
Because I feel like Seattle has to be really hungry. I'm trying to talk myself into it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I feel like Seattle has to be really
because I don't want to bet too hard against Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
But I just like what I've seen against the Bears. I think the Bears are going to come out pissed from last week.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of see the Bears because I feel like that better play calling, better coaching.
Okay.
And Doug Baldwin, I think, is listed doubtful in this one, so he's like 90% chance of not even playing in this game. So who's your weapon in Seattle? Like, you tell me.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I think the Bears have better weapons at this point.
Yeah, talking more about, I do like the Bears with given points.
Yeah. And then we go in the run game. I mean, I like the Bears all day.
Yeah, Chicago's definitely better.
And
receiving, like we said, receiving wise, yeah.
Obviously, the only thing here is Wilson has an edge on Trubisky. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
this whole entire game.
But does that edge leaves right away with the better defense of the Bears?
I don't think I like the Bears on this one. More that I talk about it, I think I like the Bears
same here.
because
I mean, I like Russell Wilson, but
Seattle has no run game, has really not much defense left, no weapons to even to be any type of scared, a little bit scared about. I like the Bears, and I like the Bears by 3.
Yeah, I could see that. 3.5. I'll take that. So we're both the same on that with the Bears. So we got one question that was emailed in here, and we'll just answer it real quick. This is from Zach. Are the New York Giants regretting drafting Saquon Barkley over Sam Darnold so far this year? I mean, the only way I can really answer that at this point is Sam Darnold does look really good and will be a star in New York for the next 15 years. But if Saquon Barkley can get the Giants to the playoffs or a Super Bowl within the next couple years, then I think it might be kind of a wash. You could see why they did that. But if the Giants don't even make the playoffs or get to a Super Bowl in the next 5 years, I think the Giants will be regretting it. I can see that.
I think the Giants regret it. Well, I don't know if regret's the right word. They just made a bad decision. Okay, Eli Manning is not your future. He's not even your present.
That's why I didn't understand why they did that to begin with.
Because once Eli goes, I mean, yeah, you have Barkley, but damn, I mean,
then you got to hit the jackpot in the lottery or in the draft
or in free agency.
Yeah, and
it's unlikely who you're going to get out there on free agency hits Case Keenum. I mean, come on.
I mean, the Giants are the bigger team in New York over the Jets, I think.
Yeah. I agree.
But that might change there now with Sam Darnold, if he's going to be the man, possibly even in the NFL. He's going to be the man in New York. And the Jets are going to be the team.
I think Barkley is going to be a really solid player.
He would have to be like a top 10 all time to make it a good wash.
He would have to be like Barry Sanders for that.
Right, okay, damn. You're going top 3 then.
I am, because he has so much to pick up for in this Giants offense.
I know. I'm just trying to give Giants fans a little bit of light here, but you're shutting me out. You're closing the curtains on me, man.
I'm just so low on Eli, and
I agree. I
had no future.
It's not that I disagree with you, but I'm trying to see it from both sides. But like I said, man, Jets are going to be the team in New York.
Oh yeah, Jets are going to be the.
In 2 years.
Think about it. They're going to be a really good team for the next 10, 15 years.
Oh yeah.
You can't say that about Giants.
And possibly a top 3 quarterback in the league the next couple of years, like in about 4 years, once he grows up.
I think potentially Giants could be stuck high in the draft for the next 3 years.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, and say if you do get a high draft pick, Giants, in the next couple of drafts after Eli retires,
who's to say you're going to get that?
Yeah, who's to say you're going to hit gold?
How many busts have we seen in the first round?
Yep.
Like we talked about last podcast. I mean,
I think
you just can't find these QBs anywhere.
I think Sam Darnold was the clear-cut guy this year, and the
Giants
Browns messed up. The Giants messed up.
They blew it.
Bills, Cardinals, they didn't trade up to get him.
Yeah.
They could have, but Giants, man, what's going on? What are you doing? What are you doing, man? Come on. So I think that wraps it up there for us.
All right, that wraps up DNT Podcast. Subscribe to our iTunes, like our Facebook page. Send us some more emails. We'll do our best to answer them.
Any questions? Football, baseball, basketball, anything. We'll try to answer anything.
We got you guys covered.
Do we like peanut butter and jellies? Anything you want to talk about, man? Anything. That sounds good.
Yeah, I mean we'll post twice a week. We'll give our picks. We'll give our FanDuel sleepers. Make sure you subscribe and keep up with it. All right, have a good one, guys.
See ya.